Hey guys, it's Bree, and today I'm going to take you along with me through this forest, and we're going to see what we can find to eat during the winter time. So let's go forage. Come on. This right here is Turks Pap. This is also known as forest rose. Those flowers are edible, these young leaves are also something that you can eat, and my most favorite thing about this plant are the little apple-like fruits that it produces. This is called fungi. This is not food though, so don't eat it. But if you do happen to run across this and it is dead, it makes a wonderful fire starter. It's also great for being a natural char cloth. This tree that I'm under is the Yucca. It's also known as the Sandpaper Tree due to the texture of the leaves. Now this tree produces a lot of berries, and in some years it has so many that you can't even see the leaves. When these berries turn red to orange, they're ready to eat. Just be careful of the 2 seeds inside. This is as close as I'm gonna get, but right back behind me and this big dead tree, there's a whole hive of honeybees. Right now they're not very active since it is cold, but if I were to get closer, they would definitely swarm me. If you were in a survival situation and you needed the sugar from the honey, you could create a small fire making lots of smoke, and that would cause the bees to calm down and sometimes even abandon the nest. The wax is also very useful. Right here behind me is the river, which can be a huge source of food. Up and down the banks, there's plenty of stuff that grows and travels that's edible. If I'm in a survival situation, what would be useful to me would be the clams, which are in the mud down there. It's a little bit too cold to get them right now since we are just foraging for fun. Scattered on the forest floor along the river are wild pecans. I've already collected a few. Although they're a little bit smaller than the ones that you'll find at the store, they contain the same fats, proteins, and calories that you need. One of the cool things about them are that they last for a long time, and you can store them super easily. If you're not a fan of pecans or you're allergic to them, you can use them as bait in a trap. When you find one tree, you'll usually find more. These are beetle grub holes, which means somewhere in this log there are huge white grub worms, and if we needed to, we could tear into this log and we could get us a meal. Come on, Huck. This little white flower here is a wild onion. If you dig down a few inches, you'll find an onion bulb. Now, as simple as it sounds, if you're trying to determine if it is an onion or not, it will taste and smell like an onion. There are some flowers that look like it, but they don't have the smell or taste of one. If you're surviving, you'll want to cook the onion down because you can get more sugars out of it. But if you're hiking, it makes a good snack. This is the chili patine plant. It's a wild pepper that grows here in the south, and it has the same heat as a habanero pepper, so it really packs a punch. Wild turkeys and other birds really enjoy eating this. It's a wonderful spice, and if need be in a survival situation, you can roast them up and eat them. After picking these, make sure you wash your hands, because if you touch your eyes before you wash them, you'll really hate yourself. This tall spiky plant right behind me is the Yucca. Now right now they don't have anything edible, but in the next few months there will be stalks that grow up, and those will have blossoms that you can eat. Those blossoms will turn into pods, and when those pods are green, you can bake those. And on the inside of those pods, when they dry out, there's seeds that you can turn into flour. Aside from just food, Yucca can be also made into many other things, like soap and rope. is the prickly pear cactus. It's not a very forgiving plant, so you want to be careful not to touch any of the spikes. You can burn them off, and then you can take the pads, chop them up, bake them, fry them, cook them any way you want, and they'll be good. My favorite part are the tunas right up there. They're the purple little fruit that tastes sweet and amazing. Just be careful with all the seeds inside. Other than that, it's a wonderful snack. This is the desert hackberry bush, and in my hand is one of the few berries that we've been able to find today. Obviously, the birds have been busy. This is a small, orange, and sweet berry, personally one of my favorites. This plant is usually covered with them. This is green briar. It's an extremely strong vine. It's almost like nature's barbed wire. It's covered in spikes, and when you're walking through the forest, it can really trip you up. The benefit to this vine is that if you're in a survival situation or you're just hungry, you can dig up the roots, which are thick tubers that you can bake. Eat them up, full of starches. It's a quick and easy meal. This little cactus is called the tasajillo. It's also known as the Christmas tree cactus. The little fruits all over it are kind of like the prickly pear. They're super sweet, but you've got to make sure to get all the thorns off. They tend to be around during the winter time.
Hey group, now hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. There are quite a few more things out here to forage in South Texas, even in the dead of winter. It's mid-January right now. As you can tell, I'm freezing cold, all the snow around me. Not really. South Texas is extremely mild, though we really regret being here in the summertime. It makes us pay. Now, if you're interested in some of that foraging, go ahead and check out the links in the description down below. We have spring, summer, fall. There's all kinds of things out there in the forest. Always something to learn. Now, for those of you wondering, I have been away for about a month now from the channel, and as a stroke of good luck at least, it was not for medical reasons. We actually went and took a wilderness first responder training with my daughter Bree, the one in this video. I've got about 6 more months with Bree before she goes off to college, so kind of bit the bullet and took her to that training, got her certified as a wolfer. Now that took quite a bit of time, a lot of effort, completely worth it. Here by the end of the semester, she will have an EMT and a wilderness EMT. And hopefully this summer, she'll be working for Philmont Scout Ranch up in northern New Mexico. So good things there. For those of you wondering about if we're going to go ahead and do some more collaboration with Bree throughout the next 4 or 5 months, we have several videos planned out. So expect some hog trapping. Expect us to get in the creek once more because the crawdads are going to be wild. So a bit of seining, bit of trapping. Expect a lot of primitive stuff going on as well. I think a lot of you guys are here just for that, and I'll be delivering. Now, good news, this creek right here looks amazing. We've actually had 2 floods come down through it. Not like the floods that you've seen on this video in the past where they back up from the river and it just kind of floods and the waters rise. Actually, gully washers that come through, clean up all the mud, and really get all the nasty stuff out of here. So we have more surface area, more creatures can survive. So we're really looking at just a bumper crop of crawdads and other life this spring. If you've checked out Zachary Fowler's Makery and Mockery, he actually did a 30-day challenge out here on this property in November. And a good bit of their diet consisted of crawdads, and that was crawdads trapped in mid-November. So it's looking like it's going to be just an insane year for crawdads, and we'll see what else comes out of it. So good things to look forward to, lots of cool projects. Guys, keep up with us, but have fun with it. Expect more videos out, and Huck and I'll get to work. Till next time. Let's go, bud. Hey Huck, let's go home. Come on, buddy. Now, one last note, and this has been highly anticipated. Had a lot of folks asking about this, but the first ever Bob Hansler Signature Series survival card is now available, and this is made through Grim Workshop and Grim Survival. The first batch of these was sent out about 2 weeks ago. I already got some awesome feedback from those who bought it and received it. So this is a bit different from any of the other survival cards that you've had out there on the market for the last few years. I know a lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to some of these. I bought a ready-made card back in the day, and it was more than upsetting and depressing whenever I got it in the mail. This is not that kind. Now it's almost twice as thick. Check it out. Blade pops out. It also clicks right back in. Now that comes pre-sharpened. For you guys that really like your blade sharp, you can go ahead and sharpen that up and put it back in the card. Nice thick stainless steel, not going to bend, not going to break, not without abusing it. And again, what's awesome about this card is everything's reusable. Everything goes right back in where it should be. Alright, now this is not a magnetic piece on the back here, so you can put it inside your wallet and not worry about a credit card going and being erased. It's a sticky backing, so you can click that in over and over again, no issues. You can modify these cards. It's even got a feature in here where you can go ahead and sharpen up the fish hooks as you use them. So this is meant to be used, and it's meant to be able to keep going for a time. Now, over and over again, I look through the memories, look through the past, and I wish that I had something like this on me. The great thing about these cards, I know a lot of people have EDCs, but anything you can put inside your wallet, forget about, and when it comes down to it, it's there. You don't have to actively put an Altoids tin in your pocket, something like that. This is important, all right? I've also been asked, will this make it through TSA to get on an airplane? I imagine not. I don't see them actually going through your wallet and pulling it out, but they don't like fingernail clippers going through their machines, so you might be able to get away with it. Don't swing it around, and don't quote me on that either. But an awesome card, extremely useful over the coming weeks. I'll pull it out, break it down, and show you the ins and outs and what it's capable of. So pretty proud of it. Now the link is down in the description below. Click on that link. Every single purchase of this card is going to go to help this channel out. And not only that, you'll have a sweet piece of gear, and every card sold is going to be $1 to the Scouts of America. That's going to allow some boy or girl to go to summer camp, help them out, and make sure that they become amazing leaders. So do a good thing. Guys, enjoy it, check it out. As always, till next time.